It's Monday the 15th of Jan, and this is your daily ecosystem news, but a little bit more in depth. Starting here with Sujiko. So Sujiko is a perps DEX. So this basically allows you to short or long an NFT project. In my personal opinion, it's not super worked out yet. It's very much in its beta stage. This was created by Z, and I guess Z's team, and he's responsible for the Solana airdrop checker, which I featured many times. However, the trading exchange here doesn't have a whole lot of volume at present, but in my opinion, like, it definitely has product market fit, but it just needs more pairs, and of course it needs to have a lot more kind of maybe incentivized volume so the spread is higher. Nevertheless, you're just basically betting on the price going up or down, and this will be minting on the 18th of Jan. The whitelist mint, I do not have whitelist. I don't know how to get whitelist. I have no idea if it's going to be a valuable mint, but this is more as just a mention to keep your eye on Sujiko, and also if you have whitelist, jump into Discord and work out, is this worthy of your time and effort to mint it? Because I just don't have the information, but I do know the product has product market fit. Next up, we have a video from Raza. So this is a full video, an A to Z guide on all of Solana's most used tools. Now, I haven't checked it out because I don't do anything in the dev side, but it's covering a decent number of things, and it's a short video, so it's 13 minutes. Now, I know Solandy does a lot of good longer form content, which is very needed. But the thing is, it's not edited, so it can be like an hour and a half, no timestamps. And what we need is a dev creator, which I'm not a dev, so I can't create this stuff, but it's basically just condensed, just point by point, and tutorial on point by point. Takes like 30 minutes to watch a whole thing maximum. Maybe this is a good start for this guy here, for Raza, and hopefully, if he's good, he can do something like what Solandy does, but make it shorter and more concise. Sniper has shipped a new feature, so you can now buy your NFTs with any SPL token. So as an example, this is using used car, which is a meme coin that did very well, and I didn't think it would do very well at all. But I mean, this is a good feature. My assumption is it just uses dupe in the background to do the swap. So as an example, you can go and you can buy something here, buy a magic ticket. It seems to be doing well. And you don't just have to buy it in Sol. You can use anything that you want to use. And then my assumption is it uses dupe in the background to swap it to Sol to then go and pay the person, of course. This next post is from Buckets. This is from Sandbar. Now, Sandbar, I was kind of following, but then they had a few setbacks in terms of they were ready to ship their product, and then they kind of paused things, which is not a bad thing. It's a very good thing. I don't have any NFTs. I should be able to get one because I want to show the platform. But Sandbar has the most amount of product market fit I've ever seen. It's essentially a job kind of website. You can post a job, get a job, post your skills, that sort of stuff. I guess I don't really know how to kind of describe it. LinkedIn, but better, maybe, but for a Web3 sense. So all the time, you know, people will jump into Discord and say, I'm a dev, I do this, have you got a job for me? It's like, well, there's no open position at whatever company I may be working at. Or like, how do we know if your credentials are good? Like, you could just be someone that's doing 10 projects on the side and you're not going to put in any effort. There's so many different things. Here, I imagine we're going to have like a bit of a rating system, review system. Actually, maybe Upwork or Fiverr, that's a better description as opposed to LinkedIn. But I definitely think if you want to get a job or if you want to hire people, check out Sandbar. It's not quite live yet, but when it is, I will show it to you. Next up, we've got the Barrows and their next launch here. This is going to be an expensive NFT, maybe 250 to 300 Sol. So I understand that this is not for everybody. I guess my major reason for highlighting this is it's a small exclusive group, people that just exchange ideas, you know, trying to profit from this cycle. And what I really want to more so kind of put attention on is the fact that the Barrows will be launching. I keep on mentioning this because I just think that these are going to be done really well. Now, this has changed, so it's going to be a public raffle at this stage, but it could change potentially. It says public raffle dynamics will be changing based on feedback. We'll aim to balance for bot prevention while minimizing costs to participants. I'm not sure exactly how this will be done, but full disclosure, I will have 4 of these. I get 4 for owning a Barrow, and I will be trying to mint some as well, because this would probably be my #1 alpha group play that I can currently give you. Next, we've got Kamino Finance and the Jito Sol Vault Cap raise. I still need to do a video on actually my farming of Jito and Jito Sol, which had impermanent loss. I also need to cover an update on Pith and Sol, and I will do that in the coming days. But now there's a $30 million capacity, which is way better for high liquidity. Jito Sol will probably have the most amount of liquidity of any SPL token other than just Sol and USDC, in my opinion, on Solana. So the current APY is 12%. This is very, very juicy. You stake with validator.com, go for it, of course. And from there, you're going to be earning about 8% or a little bit less. It has a lot less risk than something like this, but I think a small amount in this would be worthwhile. Not financial advice, but it is what I'm personally doing. So this pool is good in my opinion, whereas just a JTO token and Jito Sol, I wouldn't be doing that. The impermanent loss thus far has been too much. Now January is all about Jupiter, so my suggestion is to make sure that this little tick is on. So you've turned on notifications so you'll see basically all or at least the majority of Jupiter's tweets. You could do the same for Meow as well, and that would probably give you a better indication. So what they may be doing, and I'll cover it when it's ready, but some sort of testnet sample or test token, something to try and get people to maybe stress test their system in some way. I'm not perfectly sure, but long story short, Jupanuary is going to be happening January every year, which may mean that there's going to be another airdrop of Jupe tokens every January. So this will be the big one now, and then there'll be little ones just year by year by year. This is kind of like a 12-month unlock in a sense, and it gives a nice reason for people to keep on using the platform. Now everyone's going to use Jupe pretty much regardless because it's just so good. But I don't have a huge amount of information here other than follow them, and when there's something that you can do to get into the cohesive cat DAO, then jump in and do any of that kind of beta testing, so to speak. Next, we have BONKBot. So if you don't know what BONKBot is, this is a Telegram bot. Let's see if there's any screenshots or anything like that. Essentially, you've got this, you add into Telegram, and then you can just fund it with Sol. It's custodial, meaning they've got access to it, but as far as I'm aware, they don't have any security issues. And then from there, you can go and buy meme coins just by putting in the contract address. And every time something happens, then there's like a fee that goes to BONKBot. And they also have like a referral fee as well. So if I refer you, then take my referral link and jump on BONKBot. You're probably going to want a tutorial on this, so I'll do a tutorial. This is more so for finding meme coins, like the next used car, the next chonky, the next guac, or whatever. But it can be used just to copy someone as well. So it's a very, very useful tool, but for the most part, it's a little bit more on the degen kind of risk. Now I've mentioned this a few times, but I need to do another video on drip. This is something that I don't think should be faded because they're just shipping and shipping and shipping, and they haven't really monetized their product. Like they're not making money yet. But as we can see, drip plus Solana Saga phone equals love. And I don't really know what this means, but maybe this could mean an airdrop, maybe it could mean a dedicated app. Not entirely sure, but either way, make sure you're signed up to drip. Tomorrow on Tuesday, Metaplex inscriptions. So this will be fully on chain. I'm not really into inscriptions at all. I don't really see the value in them, and I could be middle curving it. But if you think, Bitcoin inscriptions or Polygon inscriptions or Solana inscriptions or all these things have value, then get into this inscription scene. I have no alpha on it though, but Metaplex will be shipping something tomorrow. And finally, if you're playing Play the Heist, remember the voyage has begun. So I hope you've actually moved across your chimps, your orangutans, and your gorillas. If not, you're missing out on fruit, and there's no advantage to you not moving them across. The only advantage is if the price goes up in the short term while they're on this voyage, because once they're on the voyage, you can't remove them until the voyage is complete. Maybe the floor price lifts and you want to sell some. So other than that, I would suggest moving them across. And to be honest, I've moved across every single one of mine, and that's just how I've decided to do things. That's all the alpha condensed for you today. Thanks for watching, stay curious, and we'll catch you in the next video.